Alrighty.
Oh, wow.
Can't get much more Middle Ages than this. Gargoyles, huh? Maybe Giacomo had a better eye for hideouts than I thought. Look at that. It's the spitting image of that picture you showed me.
It really is. It perfectly matches the sketches in my great-grandfather's diaries. I finally found it.
I'm happy for you. So it really does look like an orbment. But why is it glowing? Get back!
It went inside the statue!
Well, that's not good. Are they resonating? We're gonna have to take care of these guys before we can make with your memento. But I know that's not enough to stop you at this point, right? Time to bust out your crafts, SCLMs, the works. 'Cause here's where the real show begins.
Right!
Give me your worst. Time to put this to use.
To get the upper hand. Keep it up, it's working. Certain arts will work better. Keep it up, it's working. Certain arts will work better.
You got this!
Full boost. Go all out. Attack their weakness with an art. Activate
Brace
skills.
yourself! Vandalize! Raid!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
All you on, yes? Going all in.
Certain arts will be more effective. Initializing drive. Initializing drive.
All you on, yes?
Engaging shield.
A chance!
Full boost. Go all out. Keep it up. It's working. Attack
This'll
their weakness
hurt.
with an art.
This'll hurt.
Attack activating skill!
I'll dice you up! All you on, yes? Pull out all the stops!
Grant them life! White heal!
Thanks, pal. Bring it on!
Full boost! Go all out! Good luck! Certain arts will work better! Activating drive!
There! The mages of the Middle Ages left behind some damn tough guardians for us. It bugs me why they'd pick now of all times to start moving. Well, whatever. You really stepped up. Takes a brave soul to fight like that against the unexpected.
You mean it? Thank you. I'm very fortunate I had you to show me the ropes.
Let me be the one to pick it up.
That's a good idea.
Looks safe enough to me. Well, here's what you came here for. Did it just react with her like a combat orbment?
I finally hold a Genesis in my hands. There's still more to find, but... I did it, Mom. Grandmother.
Say, Agnes, this great-grandfather of yours wouldn't happen to be... There you are.
Well, well, impressive footwork.
No.
Was waiting on the duo from Almada to make their grand entrance.
I see our reputation precedes us.
You must be Van Arkride, the Spriggan.
And my reputation precedes me. Look, I'm not opposed to picking up some work from you types most of the time. Just as long as you don't cross the line, which you just did by firing at us.
That's too bad. We were only aiming for your limbs.
We have no intention of killing the girl, not since she seems to be connected to that device. You, however, don't have that same privilege.
You're real pros, huh? So much it makes me sick. But it also makes my job a lot easier. Don't move.
A practitioner of the Gekka school, I assume.
Even if that weapon marks you as more of a military close combat type.
Good eye, but sorry. I'm not with the Gekka school. Anyway, you don't look like you know all that much about the device itself. But you're still gonna tell us everything you do know, and why you're after it.
Van, I'm certainly curious too. What does a criminal organization even want this for?
Beats me. We're just following orders.
And an order's an order. even if it costs us our lives.
What?
Shit! You good?
I'm fine. I'm more worried about you.
Fast-acting enhancement drugs, huh? Didn't think you guys had gone that low. Ever heard the stories about foreign mafias getting destroyed by that stuff?
I'll thank you not to compare us to small fry like Crossbell's Ravage.
We stand head and shoulders above them. And now we're gonna stand head, shoulders, and feet above you!
Where'd that spunk from earlier go?
We're gonna enjoy this!
No. Van!
Got that out of your system?
You're done, Spriggan!
Don't you dare!
The hell? Fine then! You can die too!
Could do a shard shield. Nah, no time. Damn it! Don't die over a piece of shit like me!
What?
What's going on?
There's a light coming from my great-grandfather's.
Oh boy, you sure are in a sorry mess.
What? How is this?
The hollow from your Zypha.
Well, Van, the choice is yours. Will you bear the nightmare or not?
What are you...
Since when can hollows appear like this? World's full of mysteries. Are you asking me that question of your own free will?
Huh? Of course I am. Just so we're clear, I could not care less how much trouble you're in. I'm just here to know one thing. Will you bear the nightmare or not?
Van...
Man, today's just one thing after another, huh? My life's been a living nightmare for more than a decade now, so what's a little more fire when you're already in the depths? All right, let's do it!
Okay, doing it then! Shard swell! The Frindle's all yours!
What the?
What is this feeling?
Well, I'd take fighting this thing over our bosses any day of the week.
You're damn right. We're taking you down in the name of Almada!
Here goes!
I'll shut you up. You're dead meat. You ready for me?
You're an eyesore!
Do something already!
Eat this!
We'll take that!
You ready for me?
You're an eyesore!
You ready for
I'll
me?
hold your hand.
Here come! Eat this!
We'll take that! Full boost! Don't hold back, Dan!
Give up!
You ready for me?
You're an eyesore!
You ready for me?
I'll hold your hand.
Cypher activate!
Full boost! Don't hold back, Dan!
Give up!
Do something already!
Cypher activate!
Alright, sharp field engaged!
Take this! Give up!
We'll take that!
Do something already!
You're an eyesore! No escape! Take my shot!
We'll take that!
Give up!
You ready for me?
We'll take that!
You ready for me?
I'll hold your hand.
Eat this! What
ready for me?
Eat this!
Impossible! This is unbelievable! What is he? Ugh.
Van! Are you alright? How do you feel?
I'm fine. Tired as all hell, but I don't feel any pain. Can't believe I just took down a pair of drugged-up mafiosos like they were snot-nosed kids. What a monster.
What was that? You saw Mare too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
Figures. All she spits out is what she's programmed. She's got no sentience. The tech hasn't come far enough to give her any.
But... was it the Genesis, then?
Can't imagine it was a fluke. So that thing's called a Genesis?
Yes, or that's what my great-grandfather called it in his diaries. It's supposed to be one of 8, called collectively the Oct Geneses.
You saying there's 8 of these? I'm gonna guess it was behind everything that happened here. Behind Mare showing up, behind me turning into that weird monster, behind spirits popping up down here too.
Then we're of the same mind. The diaries described them as for experimental observation, and nothing more.
Of course they elected to omit the finer details. You know, when I accepted this job, I didn't think it'd be from a relative of the one and only Professor Epstein.
Huh?
Dead on, huh? That thing was made half a century ago, around the time of the Orbital Revolution. It's easy to tell by looking at it just how much precision and skill went into making it. Then you got that it's an orbment capable of doing artifact-level stuff. Even Epstein's 3 disciples couldn't have made something so advanced back then. Knock them out of the running, and you're left with the father of modern tech, Claude Epstein.
I'm sorry for hiding it from you. I'll tell you everything there is to say. It all started when...
Not now. Put it away, quick.
Van! Are you alright?
Oh. I see, we were a few minutes too late.
Those two are...
They're from Omada. We finally caught them.
Get lost! This is our territory!
Who do you think you're talking to? This isn't a job for civilians.
Just what happened here? I can see that you fought them, but beyond that...
We fought, yeah. With how pumped full of drugs they were, it was a miracle we could make it out with our skin intact.
Uh-oh.
As curious as I am about how you emerged victorious, I trust you were able to help your client?
No comment. That's between me and her. Now, I know I owe both sides here a debt, but consider 'em paid. They might be at the bottom of the chain, but they're still in Almada. You can have one each.
Excuse me.
Who gave you the authority to...
I suppose we do owe him for neutralizing them.
Very well. We shall take them in between us.
Maybe if you're lucky enough, they'll even talk. Now come on, let's get out of here.
Oh, sure. But let me help you walk.
I'm good.
This is clearly only the beginning of something much greater. Sharpen your skills while you can, Van.
Will do, Renee.
Kincaid.
I can't let him keep living like this. Why must you insist on shouldering all of the burden yourself?
Damn. Guess I'm going without dinner. You even good to be out this late? I thought students had a curfew.
That's kind of you to think of me, but I received permission to be out this late beforehand. Never mind my curfew. Won't you let me see to your arm? Do you have a first aid kit in the office?
I do, but...
It looks like it started healing on its own.
I know it wasn't that bad in the first place, but it's still healing way too fast for it to be normal. Wonder if I got that orbment or turning into a monster to thank for this.
This all began with those diaries. They were passed down from my great-grandfather to my grandmother, and then down to my mother until her death 4 years ago. As you guessed, my great-grandfather is the famous Professor Epstein. It was known at the time that he had an adopted daughter, but she went missing very suddenly after he passed away. By the sound of it, something compelled her to shy away from the public eye. I don't know what that something was. It wasn't written in the letter she left me. Then after my mother died, my father began to lose himself in his work. And now all alone, I became more and more captivated by the many diaries that were left behind. They weren't filled with complex formulae or specialist knowledge or things like that. Instead, they were about who he was as a person, what he was like, what his philosophies were, what he valued most in life. He wrote about the little things that colored his days, his bonds with his loved ones, his time spent with his disciples. I could see through every word written that he was a kind, warm-hearted man with a good sense of humor. A man I could respect a great deal. I was so happy to have his writings so I could peer into his world, just like my mother and grandmother before me. And before I knew it, those diaries became my most treasured possessions. However, at the end of his final entry, on the very last page, I found a shocking message. It said, "Recover the Oct Genesis before the year 120X, else all we know will come to an end."
Pretty ominous thing to write down.
It could have been a delusion that came to him in the winter of his years, but I began to feel that it was why his diaries had been passed down to me. And as the days wore on, my desire to do something to avert the end he foretold grew stronger and stronger. But I knew I couldn't go public with any of it. Not with my grandmother's disappearance. That led me to enroll at Armus Academy, where I met a very dependable upperclassman. Her advice took me to the Orbalnet, and that led me to you. I just never thought when I started all of this that these would be the consequences. That someone would die. That you would be put in so much danger.
Well, you managed to get one of them. Even if there are still 7 more out there, you could always call it quits here.
I can't. Not when they're what connect me to my family. Not when I now know they really exist. And not after seeing that final entry. I can't look away from all of that. Here. This 50,000 Mira is everything I was able to gather for this. Please, accept it as compensation for all the help you've given me.
I thought I told you my rate.
Well, you did, but I don't feel that it accounted for that injury you sustained because of me. I intend to find the remaining 7 on my own. I don't want anyone else to get hurt because of my problems. Oh, but I'll be very careful about it. Promise. Huh?
My rate's 1,000 mira an hour, excluding other necessary expenses. I'll bump it up a little because of the danger involved, but you rolled up your sleeves more than your average client. You put yourself in danger to help me. Any more than 10,000 would be ripping you off. This is how the world of work is. Good thing you're still in school, because you got a lot to learn.
Maybe, but still. I'm sorry. I just feel you've taken on a lot more than you bargained for from start to finish.
To be honest, that whole turning into a monster thing's got my interest piqued. So it wouldn't feel right to ask you for even more Mira with how we're gonna keep this thing going.
What do you...
Unless you decide to give up altogether, I'll pitch in however I can from here on out. In exchange, you can share any info you got on the Genesis, or anything those diaries say. How's that sound?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you telling me that even though you know it might be dangerous, you're going to help me search for the other 7 without taking additional compensation?
Hey, info's good compensation. I ain't taking a single Mira, though. I'm gonna need you to get more used to real combat, too, for your own safety. Can't have you leaving yourself wide open and all that good stuff. And I'm gonna drill it into you until you're up to snuff.
I don't know. This doesn't sound like a fair trade at all. I'm the only one benefiting here. Well, if you insist, Van, then thank you very much. Having your support means a lot to me.
Yeah, well, I'll be counting on you, too. All right, now that today's done and dusted, time for my hard-earned reward. I've been waiting for my Andalusia fig and honey tart all day. I was gonna scarf it down all by myself, but you pulled your weight today, so let's go half-half.
Thank you. Oh, but I still want to say... It really does bother me just how much I benefit from this arrangement compared to you. I was thinking of a way to even it out and thought, you know, how about I work here part-time?
You want a what?
You seem to be so busy that I can't imagine how you find the time to clean up around here. I'm also good at secretarial work, too, so I'm sure I'd be a big help with sorting paperwork and whatever else you need. Just a standard wage is fine. Or even no wage. Unpaid is totally fine.
I can't do that. Haven't you ever heard of labor laws? And forget that. This whole idea is crazy. How did me hiring you even get into your head?
Well, it's because you won't accept any Mira from me. I understand you have your own way of doing things, but I have my own pride to satisfy, you know. You'll just have to compromise. Now, let me just cut this tart into 2 so we can dig in and enjoy. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get the bigger portion. And where do you keep your coffee beans? Oh, there they are.
Wait, how did you find them so... Who said you could make yourself at home this fast? That's how it goes. That's pretty good, I guess.
I'm Agnes Claudel. I still have a lot to learn, but I promise I'll do whatever I can to keep up.
This here will be the turning point. All units, assume the dual Lancer formation.
Yeah! We won't be defeated! Shine! Falcons of the Sun! Sir!
Not yet!
Too easy. I've got you.
Oh, flames! Become one with me!
Well, look at that. Guess we lost this one. Huh.
Regimental Commander of the Eisen Shield, Garant Rieger. We are open to accepting your offer for a ceasefire. How does a 7-3 split sound? Vice Chief of the Warriors of Kruger, Hassan Al-Fayyad. We will accept no less than 6-4. Fail to accept, and the fighting continues. Very well. 6-4 to us it is. Glory to the Kruger! Glory to Arusha! Yeah!
That works, I guess. I figured more it was gonna end in a draw. Your counterattack was really good, just lacking that bit of oomph at the end. If you'd seen my attempt to throw you off balance coming, you'd have had a slew of more strategic options to work with.
You're right. Thanks, Ida.
Think nothing of it. You've got a lot of potential. You just need more practice and to up your stamina. With enough of both, you'll be right on the heels of my other little sister from back in the day in no time.
Do you mean Sylphide? I'd still like to know more about her. Hey! That tickles!
I can't help it. I see this hair and I just get the urge to ruffle it. Well, next time we meet off the battlefield, I'll tell you about my old corps. Zephyr's got a whole lot of stories in it to tell.
Awesome! Better make that a promise.
Damn. I just wanted to see if there was anything interesting going on, but all I get is doom and gloom. Still, the info here's put together real nice and organized, even if the design's got the admin's tastes all over it. Should have known. Haven't heard a thing about Almada in a while now. They must have pulled out of Edith for the time being. As for Genesis and the Grendel, still coming up empty. Are they being actively deleted? Is this all part of some big cover-up?
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
She's the same as usual, too. Should I call on Marduk? Nah, that'd probably just cause even more headaches for me. Well, it's almost time for my regular checkup, so I may as well put a pin in it. Why do I feel like I'm gonna get an earful this time? Wanna not bang my door in, Humes?
Whoa, you're up already? That's crazy! Good morning, man. You better be earning an honest living up here. No bringing shame to the goddess or your landlords.
No prizes for guessing who you learned all that from. How about taking after your mother instead? Wouldn't it be nice to become a charming, pretty lady just like her one day?
Yeah, I want to be just like Mommy. Oh, but Agnes is really pretty too.
Come on in. Don't be shy.
Well, if you say so. You said not to come in my uniform, so I wore this. How do I look?
It'll work, I guess. Kinda too dressy for casual walking around town, but then again, going the plain route with you would just make you stick out like a sore thumb. Still beats the uniform either way.
That's good.
You're being mean, Van. She looks really pretty, so you should tell her she looks really pretty. Come on, let's ditch this big loser and eat some breakfast. We're serving bacon quiche with pumpkin soup today.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Lead the way.
Well, damn. Those two sure hit it off quick.
Getting ready for a hard day's work? Then that's all the more reason why you need to support her while she learns. Don't overdo it today, and make sure you're back in time for dinner. I mean that for you too, Agnes. We'll have a piping hot, delicious meal waiting for you. Wouldn't want it to get cold now, would you?
And speaking of, shall we?
We shall. Then let the workday begin.